Guys, welcome back to Whiskey TV. We are at the Blendery in my second home, the only place that matters outside of my house. And I just heard you say double purge. I just feel like I learned a new term. What does that mean?
I might have made that up. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you made it up. He must know something we don't know.
So he was making a blend, and you have to be very intentional. Meticulous is a great word with this. So because there's a little bit of residual that stays in here. And if you're just, sucking it up, putting it in, and then that's all you're doing, if you wait a couple seconds, you'll see this fill up to about there. So then I'm like, hey, and he did it, and then he purged it once. And I was like, hey, double purge that, because that gets it. Because the blend we just made only had 4%. Hey, Alex, only had 4% of this in it. So that's a small component.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we're tasting what it's actually going to be like.
Now,
and that little bloop bloop that can change it by 20% when it's just a small number like that.
And guys, if you're joining or about to get into Battle of the Blends, you're going to learn very quickly how important being exactly precise is key.
You need to be precise if what you're making you want it to be replicated, because we're being very precise. So if you're not being precise when you make the recipe and you think it's something else, then what we make is going to be a little bit different, and small little tweaks on this, especially the 5 barrels that we're putting in, small little tweaks make all the difference in the world.
Now, Richard, when did you learn about the importance of making sure that you're exactly accurate? I mean, this thing says 4.1 right here. I don't know what that means.
Milliliters. So 0.1 milliliters is like nothing, like a couple drops, like nothing.
When did you learn that every number on this thing matters?
When you change it by 0.1 milliliters and the flavor of the blend changes. I mean, it's like it's crazy. Everything is it's like cooking. You know what I mean? Sometimes just a little bit of this is all you need, especially if the component that you're throwing in there already has some punch or it's already stronger. So it just every little bit counts.
Yeah, we had a group in blending, and then they tried all these, like we had 3 single barrels. They tried all these different ratios of the 3, and then the one that did it, they changed it from a 2 to a 2.5 out of their deal, and that like unlocked the code. That created an anomaly whiskey that at 2 wasn't there, at 3 it wasn't there, but they split the difference at 2.5, and then it was the best thing that they had tried, not even close to anything else. So
the pipettes, this is where all the magic happens. Outside of you guys already giving them amazing barrels for Battle of the Blends, this is the magic stick.
it definitely helps. Like I mean, you can't do this
and hope that it works out.
I mean, when you see us doing that, we're just trying to see if the 2 barrels are complementary. But then a lot of times I don't like doing that, because we'll make something, it's like, holy shit, this is amazing.
But you had no clue.
I have no clue.
No metrics.
No clue what I did. So and then I try to replicate it.
Can't replicate it.
Oh, I could spend an hour on it. It's like, I don't know what it is.
So both of you, if you don't mind, break down how to use this correctly for those people who are going to join Battle Blends or are at home wanting to blend because they've watched us do it.
It's an adjustable pipette. So it says 1 to 10 milliliters. I don't like to go below 2 for the same reason. I just said, hey, double purge that. So between 2 and 10 milliliters, and you can adjust it by 1/10 of a milliliter. And then you got to be kind of careful. You can't like stick it all the way on the bottom and then suck up, because it's like not even sucking up like it. And now you got to be careful when you use it, that there's no obstruction. I like to wait. Okay, see that little bit? That little bit, double purge that boy. So that little bit matters. So being precise on this, I mean, the options are basically endless.
Yeah.
And we're only giving you an hour to blend in the competition.
You
so
got 1 solid hour to figure out.
You have to hustle. Now, we'll do another video on the updates, but one of the changes is you might not have only an hour. It's gonna get a little more fun this year.
I heard that. Now, what if you had to give them your best advice? Mind you, I had to take advice for 2 masters at work, to say the least. Do you guys start with 50-50, 10 and 2, 2 and 6, 4? Like, what are the metrics if you're starting a blend that you begin with no matter what?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what we just did for the guys doing the fill your own bottle thing because they're like, man, I love this, but then you're at the Blendery, and it's like if we're ahead of schedule, we can oblige a little bit on what to do. And I was like, all right, we don't have much time, so I'm gonna drive. So then I get glasses out, I get the dry erase, and I did a 70-30, a 50-50, and a 30-70.
Huh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you flip the numbers, flip
so
the whiskey basically throughout the whole time.
So it basically gives you a different aspect ratio of what it's like, and you take it to kind of this, and then like we took in the first one, the 70-30 was the best, 50-50 was my least favorite, and the 30-70 was my second best favorite, which is kind of weird. Like you wouldn't think. So then from there we did 80-20, and the 80-20 made it even more better. Like, not more better, that sounds
That's like a kid. A kid would say, hey, that was more better. Like, okay, buddy, good for you.
It was better, not more better. So
that just shows how happy the whiskey makes him. He started losing his train of thought.
Yeah, so and then I think we went up to like 85-15 was potentially the best on that, and then we tweaked it on a couple other things, and then I was like, let me just try something else, and then I brought out 2 bottles of that, and then that took it over the top, and then it was like 11%, so 89% of the single barrel rye, and then 11% of the secret sauce there. So
I feel like this is the myth. Like if you go, hey, go get the mythic stuff just in case this doesn't fit.
If I got bottles with that much dust on them, there's a reason I'm keeping them.
Yeah.
For special stuff.
They're not just here being housed.
Yeah, but I mean we're out of space, so we need to use. I mean Jerry's out there building a shelf right now, so we'll have a third sold shelf.
And you guys, make sure you come get your bottles, man. You buy in the bottles, pick your bottles up.
Pick up the bottles within 30 days. That's
please
reasonable.
And thank you. It's the least you can do. You did already spent your money.
We'll make a video of us opening up a really good bottle that's been here for 6 months, maybe a Buff Turkey bottle that somebody missed out on just because they didn't pick it up.
Pick up your bottles, America.
Yeah. And if you don't, we'd hate to just pick them up for you. They've already been paid for it.
You can watch us enjoy them.
Hey. And I'm going to enjoy that. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yes, you will.
Anything else they should know about using a pipette, blending, things to be mindful of? Because the pipette is the win all be all. You're going to win with it, you're going to lose with it. But
yeah, and a lot of times too, we'll add. We have the ability to use our proof gun, so that this tells us what the proof is. So a lot of times when we want to add a little bit of water, so it's like, you might need to count the drops of water if
definitely
you don't
count
have
the drops.
one of these, because you know how many milliliters you're putting in.
Yeah.
And then, okay, now it's with 3 drops of water with this volume, that works. We don't have to do that because we shoot the exact proof and know the ABV, and then we can just match that. So even if they do 3.5 drops or mess up or whatever on the volume, we know exactly what it is and we'll match it. But that's only accurate to about 2 milliliters, so getting an eyedropper and counting the drops if you're adding a little bit of water to open it up.
And the trick to water, what's the biggest thing how does water impact the whiskey? What's the most thing you can get out of water? Is it
It could be bad, it could be good. I mean, we got a lot of oily whiskeys, and I thought I kind of knew the code on that, to where like the super oily whiskeys, and then when you drop any bit of water on it, I mean, you watch it looks like oil and water. Like you watch it fracture and then it drinks sharp. But I mean, we got some oily whiskeys in that do great with water, so it's like,
so there's still
it's inconclusive.
Call Me Old Fashioned was up there. We brought that down a good bit.
And that was oily.
Held on,
yeah, we dropped that like 20 points.
20 points?
And it still held on, and it's great. So,
guys, if you know any flat tricks in Texas, this is going to be a crazy summer. I can feel it already. So, comment below on those.
They like the sweet bourbon. But yeah, the water. Just try it. Try it to see if it helps. It hurts. Pretty quick. Within a minute. When you first add the water, it will usually kill the nose. So let it sit about a minute, kind of swirl it up, and then try it. But you'll know very fast whether it helped it or hurt it. If it helped it, then keep taking it further and further until it doesn't help it anymore.
Perfect, guys. Well, look, give perspective here. We've got to make sure you double purge at all times. That's the thing today. It's like double purge your pipette, or you can do yourself in.
And then here, Demarcus, here's Don't forget to purge the nipples.
See? Hey, did you purge the nipples? See, I knew it was something. I heard him say purge. I said, that's interesting. I didn't think of it like that. But when Richard did it, I saw that little bit of whiskey that was like hanging out.
And that was probably 20% of the 2 milliliters. Like that's a big change.
It is a big. Well, from what I learned, what you guys do, I mean, again, one incremental change could be the difference in great and good and bad and mediocre, to say the least.
That's right.
There you have it, people. We'll keep it whiskey as always. Thank you for watching. Definitely get ready to sign up for the Battle of the Blends. It's going to be a good one this year.
Yeah, June 1st is when it goes up. We'll announce it on a video, social media. But it's likely gonna fill out fast. So we're only letting 30 teams in, teams of 4. You're competing against everybody else using 5 single barrels that we pick. It's all blind, so you have to make the best whiskey and beat the 30 other teams. There's prizes, there's celebrities, there's fame and fortune. So.
Well,
and it all goes towards charity. 100% of it goes towards charity.
100%, literally, guys. Till next time.